What's up, everybody? Pinot Noir Wednesday. Let's go. Time to geek out. Today we've got a Pinot Noir from probably a relatively lesser known area for Pinot Noir production, but a very interesting and very well regarded region nonetheless. Alsace France. So, Pinot Noir, only allowable red grape in the AOC appellations of Alsace France. So, stick around.
The liquid culture.
Alright guys, we have got the Domain Weinbach 2015 Vin d'Alsace Pinot Noir W. So, like I just mentioned in the intro here, Pinot Noir is the only allowable grape in red grape in Alsace for their AOC appellation wines. This comes from the Clos des Capucins vineyard for Domain Weinbach, and it's kind of, in Alsace, it's generally more terroir suited for white wine grape production. A lot of incredible white wines coming out of Alsace, so the better vineyard sites are generally more reserved for the white wines. So this one's coming from a little bit of a kind of a, I guess, lesser terroir, one would say, but Domain Weinbach is situated right there near the hill of Schlossberg, which was the first of 51 Grand Cru terroir to be named in Alsace. But again, this comes from the Clos des Capucins vineyard site, which actually has a very old history. So actually dates back to 890 AD. So even though not the best site, certainly has some history going on. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Alsace, it's northwest France, right on the France and Germany border. A area of France that has changed hands between France and Germany over the years. Pretty hardcore war zone battleground there in Alsace because of the kind of troops coming to and from during invasions and things of that nature. So certainly a lot of history in Alsace, and again, very well regarded for their white wines. Red wines not so easily found from Alsace, so I was really happy to get my hands on this bottle. Very interested to try it. I've never had it before, so pretty stoked for it. The kind of terroir for Alsace is really interesting because you've got to the west, you've got I've been saying northwest, northeast, Alsace, northeast France. You've got to the west, you've got the Vosges Mountains, which create a rain shadow onto Alsace, and what that does is it makes Alsace one of the driest terroirs in all of France. And to the east, you have the Rhine River there in Germany. So a really interesting kind of borders for Alsace. This is grown in what's called the Haut Rhine, which is actually to the south of the Bas Rhine, but it's at a higher elevation. So vineyard sites here can range from 750 up to about 1,500, I believe, feet in elevation. So the soil for this vineyard is a sandy silt soil over granite pebbles. It's a very low yielding vineyard site that is one of their earliest to ripen, and because of that, you generally get more fully phenolically matured fruit. And it allows them to kind of pick and choose when they want to pick these grapes. But it is they follow biodynamic principles at Domain Weinbach, and fermentation is done with native yeasts, all in these like ancient oak foeders, very large oak casks that have been used for hundreds of years. So you've got very kind of neutral, I'm probably not hundreds of years, I'm sure that they're around 50 to 100 years old. They're probably starting to lose their structural integrity after 100 years, but no oak impartation of flavor is what I'm trying to get across. On the nose, the first thing that jumped out to me was this very kind of flinty, almost kind of tar rubbery, like petrol kind of thing, which is generally something that you find if you watched yesterday's video, generally something that you find in the Rieslings, but I'm picking up a little kind of petrol, rubber kind of tar, flinty, smoky kind of characteristic. There's some orange peel, and then fruits are, honestly, the fruits, surprisingly enough, are leaning towards black fruits for me. Definitely kind of blackberry. There's a little licorice character. Blackberry. But it's a nice fresh blackberry. Little black cherry. Kind of that like German black forest cake. Little chocolatey black cherry kind of vibe. On the palate, definitely more of that kind of tarry, resiny kind of thing coming through, which is really interesting. Definitely this wine leans more savory to me. A little kind of orange with surprisingly clove. It's like an orange clove kind of thing, like a Christmas ham, kind of studded with some cloves, orange zest, with that kind of tarry, resiny thing going on. Really, really interesting. Structure. Looking at probably medium plus acidity. Tannin, not much going on tannin wise, but really full on the mid palate, and it's lingering. It's got a nice long finish. Yeah, medium plus acidity for sure. My mouth is still watering. Minimal tannin, probably medium minus tannin. Nice long finish, full mid palate. I think that this bottle ran me about $60. I don't know if I'd put it. I don't know. I'm going to say right now, after just opening this bottle and having the first glass, wouldn't put it in the $60 a bottle category. I would probably be willing to spend $40 on this bottle. But as it's sitting here on my palate, I'm feeling like this might emerge as kind of like Phoenix from the ashes kind of scenario. Like there's something here. And then there's something that's going to kind of emerge later on. I'm really interested to drink this bottle over the course of the evening, and maybe even hold on to it, a little bit of it, and drink some of it tomorrow to see how it kind of continues to change and evolve. I could see a lot of times when I drink wines like this after the first glass and they've got this resiny, smoky kind of thing going on to them, that usually leads into something a little bit more interesting later on down the road. So really kind of interested to see how this continues to evolve. Food pairing. So this has the flavor and the punch to do that Thanksgiving dinner table. You know, we've talked about it in the first two videos, the Thanksgiving dinner table and the duck. Those are our two kind of benchmark meals for Pinot Noir. The Thanksgiving dinner table, this could do at the price point. I'm not so sure about it. I would say that if you can guarantee that the rest of the people at the table haven't been imbibing all day, maybe you're an earlier Thanksgiving, more of a Thanksgiving lunch kind of a family, I think that this has the flavor and the punch to do that, and I would love it with that ham if you have ham on your Thanksgiving table. Otherwise, if you're more of a Christmas ham kind of a person, this, I think, I'm really gravitating towards that ham thing with this one. A really nice kind of brown sugar crusted with some orange peel, some cloves, some cinnamon, going on with that ham, nice and fatty because that acidity can kind of cut through that. Maybe we've got some scalloped potatoes going on with it, and some kind of maybe a nice green salad or something like that. Not in the duck category to me, just because it doesn't really have any of that gaminess that I look for. That's usually what I look for in Pinot Noir if I'm wanting to do the duck pairing. It doesn't really have that gamey character that I'm usually looking for with that. So duck's out, Thanksgiving's in, price point's a little high, would pair it with ham. Lingerer, looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with it over the next 24 hours. So I'm Mitchell Chirac, Pinot Noir Wednesday. We'll catch you guys next week. Later.